around the world, nature has revealed creatures so rare they appear once. Stay tuned for animals that are born only once every many years. In March 2019, rangers in Australia's Northern Territory found a juvenile carpet python with a rare mutation, an active third eye on its head. Discovered near the town of Humpty Doo, around 25 miles southeast of Darwin, the snake measured about 16 inches long and was quickly nicknamed Monty Python. Initial theories suggested it had two fused skulls, but X-rays revealed a single skull with an extra eye socket. This rare deformity likely formed during early embryonic development. Professor Brian Fry from the University of Queensland suggested the third eye may be a remnant of an absorbed twin, a phenomenon seen occasionally in reptiles, but almost never with such a dramatic outcome. Monty struggled to eat due to the mutation and died a few weeks later. Still, Ranger Ray Chatto noted it was remarkable the snake had survived as long as it did in the wild. The discovery went viral online, partly due to the snake's eerie appearance and the quirky name of the nearby town. While cases like Monty's are extremely rare, they offer a fascinating glimpse into nature's most unexpected experiments, creatures that may not appear again for another 1,000 years. Next, Gemina, a Rothschild's giraffe born on July 16, 1986, at the San Diego Wild Animal Park, lived a life unlike any other. Transferred to the Santa Barbara Zoo at 1 year old, she developed a sharp neck bend between her third and fourth cervical vertebrae by age 3, eventually forming a near right angle. X-rays showed fused vertebrae, but veterinarians never found a clear cause. Despite a fall at age 2, there was no link to the deformity. Gemina adapted well, growing to 13.5 feet tall and joining the zoo's giraffe herd. She needed special feeding due to a shorter tongue and limited side vision. In 1991, she gave birth to a calf that sadly did not survive due to pneumonia. She inspired many, especially children with physical differences. In 2006, she appeared on ABC's Miracle Workers, and in 2007, she was voted one of the 7 wonders of Santa Barbara. Gemina passed away on January 9, 2008 at age 21, nearly 6 years beyond the average captive giraffe lifespan. Her skeleton is partially displayed at the zoo's Discovery Pavilion, and her legacy lives on through the children's book Gemina, the Crooked-Necked Giraffe. From tall mammals to tiny giants, the next species will be older than the dinosaurs and heavier than a sparrow. The Wētāpunga, one of 11 giant weta species native to New Zealand, is among the heaviest insects on Earth. Adult females can weigh up to 1.2 ounces and the largest recorded reached 2.5 ounces. Their bodies grow nearly 4 inches long, with a leg span over 8 inches. Despite their fierce look, Wētāpunga are gentle, flightless, and slow-moving. They feed on native plants like karaka, karamu, maho, and kohekohe. These insects have been around for about 190 million years, even predating the tuatara. Without land mammals, they evolved to fill rodent-like roles in the ecosystem, helping with seed dispersal and plant dynamics. Once widespread across the North Island, they disappeared from the mainland due to habitat loss and introduced predators like rats and cats. By the late 1900s, they remained only on Little Barrier Island. Since 2012, Auckland Zoo and the Department of Conservation have released more than 6,000 Wētāpunga onto predator-free islands in the Hauraki Gulf. The name Wētāpunga combines Maori words for giant insect and spirit of ugliness. Yet it's seen as a taonga, a cultural treasure, and a symbol of resilience in New Zealand's natural history. In the year 2018, deep in the Altai Mountains where Russia borders Mongolia, China, and Kazakhstan, tourists spotted something few believe still existed: a pale-coated bear long thought extinct. This was the Sailugem bear, last seen over 60 years earlier. Named after the Sailugem National Park, this elusive bear had slipped into legend due to the complete lack of sightings since the mid-20th century. But that changed when a wildlife tour group from Kaichi Travel photographed a blonde furred bear with white claws, dramatically different from the region's common brown bears. Its alpine habitat, high above the tree line, makes encounters nearly impossible. Before this sighting, the only evidence of its existence came from old paw prints and dens, most recently found in 2015. But no one had seen the animal itself, until now. This rediscovery not only reignites hope for the species, but also emphasizes the urgent need for conservation and research. In one of the world's most remote regions, a bear once thought lost to history revealed that nature still holds secrets, some only seen once in 1,000 years. Next, let's head to a quiet English farm, where a duckling with an unbelievable mutation waddled into the spotlight. Before we continue, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, just press the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It means the world. It really supports this channel. And if you do that for me, I promise my team and I will do everything we can to make this show even better for you. Deal? In February of 2007, at Warrawee Duck Farm in Hampshire, England, a duckling named Stumpy hatched with a mutation so rare, it stunned everyone. Instead of the usual 2 legs, Stumpy had 4. The extra pair, sprouting just behind the normal legs, didn't help with walking but acted more like stabilizers. Despite concerns, Stumpy adapted well. His owner, Nicky Janaway, said he ate normally and moved without trouble. To prevent the extra legs from getting tangled in plants, a custom enclosure was built just for him. Experts explain that while such conditions are incredibly rare, they offer a fascinating look into the unpredictable nature of animal development. Found in the freshwater streams of southern Florida, the electric blue crayfish, also called the Everglades crayfish, is one of nature's most vivid surprises. While wild crayfish often appear in muted browns and tans to blend with their surroundings, this brilliant electric blue version owes its color to a rare genetic mutation in years of selective breeding. The mutation reduces red and yellow pigments, allowing the blue to shine through. Native to regions east of the St. Johns River and throughout the Everglades and Florida Keys, adult electric blue crayfish grow to about 4 to 5 inches long. They are aggressive territorial scavengers feeding on algae, decaying matter, and small aquatic organisms. Though they can be combative in small tanks, they do well in spacious environments. Classified as least concern by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, this species is still vulnerable to habitat loss. Beyond its popularity in aquariums, it's also a subject of ongoing genetic and ecological research, proving that evolution sometimes paints with electric blue. Would you keep an aggressive electric blue crayfish as a pet, even if it tried to fight everything in your tank? Let me know in the comments. In northern Vietnam, just outside Hanoi, lives a bird so rare and so visually striking that it was once reserved for royalty, the Dong Tao chicken, also known as the dragon chicken. This breed, native to Dong Tao village in Hung Yen province, is famous for its oversized, scaly red legs, each as thick as a human wrist, earning its status as a symbol of strength and prosperity. Male Dong Tao chickens can weigh up to 13 pounds, while females average around 10. But raising them is no easy task. Their large legs make natural hatching nearly impossible, often requiring incubators to prevent eggs from breaking. They're also extremely sensitive to temperature changes, demanding precise care. Despite these challenges, the dragon chicken is a sought-after delicacy during Tet, the Vietnamese Lunar New Year. Prized for its rich flavor and dense texture, its meat can sell for up to $18 per kilogram, and a breeding pair may cost as much as $2,500. If you think 4 legs are enough, the next animal might surprise you, because it was born with twice that number. In the year 2014, a goat was born in Croatia that defied all biological expectations. Nicknamed the octo goat, it had 8 legs and both male and female reproductive organs. Veterinarians explained that this unusual form resulted from an underdeveloped twin that failed to fully separate during gestation. Despite doubts about survival, the octo goat drew worldwide attention and, if it survived its first week, was expected to live up to 3 years. Then, nearly a decade later in 2023, a similar case emerged, this time in Bohol, Philippines. Another 8-legged goat was born, once again baffling locals and scientists alike. The condition is known as dipegus, a rare developmental disorder that leads to the duplication of the pelvis and limbs. Now, we go from the barnyard to the lab. What if science created a cat that could glow in the dark for a life-saving purpose? Stay tuned. In the year 2011, scientists at the Mayo Clinic, working with Yamaguchi University in Japan, created domestic cats that could literally glow in the dark. But this wasn't a sci-fi stunt. It was part of groundbreaking research into feline immunodeficiency virus, or FIV, which closely resembles HIV immunes. Researchers inserted 2 genes into cat egg cells. One came from jellyfish and produced a glowing green protein under ultraviolet light. The other, from rhesus macaques, is a gene called TRIM-CIP, known for blocking lentivirus replication. The glowing effect confirmed the gene edits worked. When tested, cells from these cats showed resistance to FIV, opening up new possibilities for developing gene therapies against HIV. Since FIV mirrors many traits of human AIDS, the cats offered a valuable model for future treatment research. Despite ethical concerns, the cats remained healthy and showed no side effects. This rare blend of biotechnology and virology marked a huge step in understanding viral immunity and gave the world its first naturally glowing feline defenders. Off Japan's coast lives a rare crab called the Heikegani, known for the human-like face on its shell. This eerie feature links it to a historic event, the fall of the Tara clan in the year 1185, during the Genpei War. Defeated at the Battle of Dan no Yura, many warriors, including young Emperor Antoku, drowned rather than be captured. According to legend, their spirits live on through these crabs, their fierce expressions carved into each shell. This tale, recorded in the Tale of the Hike, has endured for centuries. In 1980, Carl Sagan introduced the Heikegani in Cosmos, suggesting that fishermen spared crabs with face like shells out of respect, unintentionally influencing their survival. However, marine biologist Joel Martin disputed this, noting the crabs are too small to be eaten and that the ridges serve a muscle function, common across many crab species and even found in fossils. Despite the debate, the Heikegani remains a cultural icon, featured in literature, film, and games from Quaidon to modern media. It stands as a rare example of nature and legend merging, creating a story that continues to fascinate across generations. But legends aren't the only things making a comeback. What if a creature declared extinct decades ago suddenly returned to the wild? Stay tuned. Once thought lost forever, the Partula snail, a tiny Polynesian tree snail just under 1 inch long, has staged a historic comeback in French Polynesia. Native to the island of Moorea, this rare snail was declared extinct in the wild after the 1980s, when the predatory rosy wolf snail, introduced to control another invasive species, wiped out native snail populations instead. By the early 1990s, a global effort began. Zoos and conservation groups, including those in London, Bristol, and St. Louis, launched captive breeding programs to save what little remained. After decades of work, more than 21,000 snails, including Partula snail, were carefully reintroduced to 4 islands in the region. Then, in September of 2024, researchers made a breakthrough discovery: unmarked adult Partula snail snails thriving in the wild. It was the first confirmed wild-born generation in over 40 years, and the first time any invertebrate species has returned from extinction in the wild. If a snail declared extinct for over 40 years can make a comeback, what other species do you think could still be out there, hiding in plain sight? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and follow the channel to discover more interesting things. Once thought to be lost forever, the black-lord Waxbill, an elusive finch from the southeastern Democratic Republic of the Congo, was last seen in the year 1950. For over 70 years it vanished without a trace. But everything changed on September 29, 2023, when a team led by conservationist Manuel Weber spotted a flock of 8 near Lake Kabwe in Upemba National Park. Weber's photographs, the first ever taken of the species in the wild, were later published in December 2024, reigniting global interest in this rare bird. First described in 1928 by ornithologist James Chapin, the bird had only a few documented sightings between 1927 and 1950. Its resemblance to the more common waxbill even sparked debate about its classification. Now officially recognized and still listed as data deficient by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, the black-lord waxbill's rediscovery highlights the urgent need for research in Upemba. a park battling poaching and habitat loss. The Hula painted frog stunned scientists when it was rediscovered in the Hula Valley of northern Israel on November 15, 2011. First described in the 1940s, the species vanished after the draining of the Hula marshes in the 1950s, an environmental project that destroyed over 95% of its natural habitat. By 1996, the frog was officially listed as extinct by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, becoming the first amphibian ever to receive that designation. But everything changed when a park ranger spotted a living female during a patrol. Further searches found more individuals within a tiny area just over 3 acres. Even more astonishing, genetic analysis revealed that this frog isn't just rare, it is the only surviving member of the genus Latonia. Now dubbed a living fossil, this frog's comeback has sparked new conservation efforts. Though it occupies a narrow habitat of damp, peaty soil under dense vegetation, recent studies show high genetic diversity, offering hope that this once-lost species may still endure. Once thought extinct in the wild since the 1970s, the new Guinea Singing Dog, famous for its haunting vocalizations that blend wolf howls with whale-like tones, was known only from a small captive population of about 200 to 300 individuals. All of them descended from just 8 founders, raising major concerns about inbreeding. Then, in 2016, everything changed. Zoologist James McIntyre led an expedition to the remote highlands near the Grasberg mine in Papua, Indonesia, and captured photographs of 15 wild canines showing traits nearly identical to the singing dog. Dubbed Highland Wild Dogs, their discovery reignited scientific curiosity. To confirm the connection, researchers returned in 2018 and collected biological samples from 3 individuals. Genetic testing revealed a 72% genomic match with captive New Guinea singing dogs, proving that this population is, in fact, the long-lost wild lineage. And finally, after decades of silence, researchers took to the cliffs. What they found was a gecko that had vanished for over 30 years. In the rugged cliffs of South Africa's Blyde River Canyon, a gecko once believed lost to science has made a stunning return. First described in 1991 by Dr. Niels Jacobsen, the Blyde Rondavel flat gecko vanished without a trace, known only from 2 male specimens found on a near-inaccessible rock outcrop. With no sightings for more than 30 years, some experts even questioned if it was a real species, or just a juvenile of another species. Then, in April of 2025, after 2 years of preparation, researchers Dr. Darren Peterson and John Davies from the Endangered Wildlife Trust returned to that same site, this time by helicopter. Over 3 days, they encountered between 20 and 30 geckos, capturing and documenting 7 individuals. The rediscovery confirmed not only the species' survival but also its unique physical traits. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. Click on the video that appears on your screen right now. I hope you'll love this content. Comment below about the next topic you'd like to see featured on our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.